Hi everybody, it's Joe from Lukas. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. I got the big guy here with me, Joe Jr. Hey, I want to talk to you about barrel programs. These are things that we're really proud about. We want to focus on our barrels. We take so much time in selecting them. We don't always select, we turn down a lot of barrels.
Oh yeah.
It takes a lot of time. We usually have about 15 people on average selecting our barrels. And if you look across, you're going to see the 3 new ones, which Joey and I are going to talk about. We're going to drink them and share with you. But we try and keep 8 or 10 barrel selections that we went out and sourced and brought back into the store. You can kind of see them. The 3 chord, that's actually a 1792 single barrel foolproof, 6-year, 118 proof. That's delicious. This is an MGP, the higher rye mash. Stellum, if you're familiar with Stellum, that's the one Fred Minnick. It was like one of the best new bourbons of the year. That's our barrel.
That's fantastic.
Stranahan's 113 proof, a Breckenridge, tequila finish on the Few. This used to be the L's and Chains from about a year and a half ago. And then, of course, the Sagamore. So those are the ones that are sitting here. We always have them open on the counter. When you come in for Try Before You Buy on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 3 to 8, 3 to 8, 2 to 7. We get to talk about them. We get to drink them. Most important thing that you do, when you come into our store, we want you to go home with a bottle that you want, that you actually love it. And we want to understand what you want, so we put you on the right bottle. But let me talk about the 3 new ones. So let's talk about Larceny first. So Larceny's, their barrel program's only going to last throughout this year. It's over. We actually have one more additional barrel coming in, and that barrel will be here at the end of the year, around October. So this one, so we got 2 Larceny barrels this year. This one's $24.99, and it's a 92 proof. So it's just like your Larceny on a shelf, but you're going to find more depth in this bottle. And that's why when we go for a barrel, what we're trying to accomplish is we have more flavor than what a regular Larceny is going to be. So it's going to have very similar flavors. On the nose, I actually get butterscotch on the nose. You pick that up at all?
I would definitely say butterscotch or toffee. Those would be my 2 that I would.
Maybe it's toffee. So what happens is, for me, the palate elongates a little bit, and that's what I want to find out on a barrel. I want the story to tell a little bit longer when it's in my mouth. So you're getting hits of like bread, butterscotch, toffee. It's buttery, it's caramely.
I wanted to say a pastry,
like a pastry,
like any of the pastries that you get from any of the really good bakeries. It literally has that kind of like, I don't want to call it yeast because it's like that bread, like toasted.
Absolutely, but it's a value bottle at $24.99. It's a drinker. There's plenty of them. Come in and get that one. Super duper. Okay, I'm excited. This one I've been waiting for a really long time. Actually, this and the Jack, Old Line and the Jack. Incredible amount of time because of the shipping problems and stuff going on throughout the United States. But Old Line, for those of you that drink Old Line is out of Baltimore. They're 2 Navy aviator combat veterans that retired from the military, and they started Old Line in Baltimore. They make an insanely delicious bottle, which is on the shelf, right? It's a $50 bottle. This barrel pick is going to be $69.99. This is finished in a tawny port. This is really interesting because they make a single malt, but it has 0 single malt characteristics. That's where the confusion comes in. When they do their mash build, they take 90% of it normal. The other 10%, this all malted barley, they actually roast 10% of it, and it caramelizes and chocolates it and removes the sugar. Therefore, only 90% is going to produce the alcohol. This is at 124 proof. This, to me, is a unicorn in our business. This is beyond delicious. It has every flavor. It lingers for a country mile. This is fantastic. If you guys know me and you know my palate, make sure you come in to get this bottle. This is outstanding.
This is the first time I'm trying it. Because you tasted it when you went out to actually Old Line in Baltimore.
I was in Baltimore when we did this one. And it's insane when you're thieving it out of the barrel. You could see there's some videos on YouTube of me doing it.
The nose itself, I do get the port wine, that kind of like that fruitiness that kind of pokes through on the nose. I get that mainly. There's not a whole lot else. The main thing I'm more surprised about is for how high of a proof it is, it does not show it on the nose at all.
It doesn't show. Wait till you taste this. Incredible mouthfeel. The flavors absolutely explode on this one. And not only do they explode, they hold. So when you're done drinking, this one's going to stick with you for 5-10 minutes. You're going to taste it. I would absolutely do a cigar with this.
Oh, that's the first thing I was thinking.
It's 124 proof, but it drinks like a 90. Once you get past that first, let's call it that initial feeling of the alcohol, it is delicate, but it's so bold in its flavor. There's fruit on it. It's so weird because for a single malt, an American single malt, you know you're drinking it. I know what an American single malt tastes like. You drink this blind, it's bourbon. It has 0 single malt characteristics. That's what makes this so special. Don't miss this bottle. Do not miss this bottle. This is fantastic. It's $69.99.
It reminds me of their normal bottle they have on the shelf. This one just has a little bit more depth to it.
That's that port finish.
That port finish adds a little more depth.
It came in a hogshead barrel too. So we have 248 bottles. There's plenty, or 245, whatever the number is. Wait till you check the barrel out. It's a killer barrel too.
That's so good.
So that's a no miss bottle. Let's get in and get that one. All right. And we'll have it on tasting counter too. We'll have it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 day, 2 to 7, so you can actually taste it. Now let's talk about a Jack barrel. We look for our Jack barrel every year. And a lot of times people say, I don't drink Jack, which I love that. I don't drink Dickel. I don't drink these. There's always an exception to every rule. Try not to say that. Try to stop at the liquor store and say, hey, I want to try that Jack barrel, especially if you don't like Jack. This is amazing. This is another big boy, 132 proof, huge flavor, $69.99.
You know, out of this glass, I'm getting a different nose than when we actually picked it. To me, it's coming off more, it comes off a little herbal, kind of like a tea, kind of like a sweet tea.
An herbalness.
Yeah, kind of. I don't really want to call it like piney or anything like that. I want to call it closer to like a black tea with honey in it. Because the honey comes through on the nose for me for sure, like that sweetness.
I get like this deep caramel nose. And what's really interesting, Jack only takes their top 1% are selected for their barrel program. Yep. Let's not forget that. And then we were able to pick through these barrels. But this guy right here, again, I mean, I get into these deep flavors. When I get these deep flavors, it's hard for someone that says, I don't like Jack, or I don't like this, or I don't like that. You got to taste this one. This is another one that it tastes well over its mark.
I remember when we picked it.
Well over its mark.
100%. Every single one was good. I remember this was one of the hardest ones to pick because when we were going through all the barrels, we kept jumping back and forth between the different ones we were tasting.
Trying to understand them. So one of the things we try and do is we try and bring 15 people when we're picking barrels. We really want everybody's input. Once we get to 80%, that's when we pick the barrel. So this is another one, deep flavor, $69.99, 132 proof.
You know, I said it before. I still want this with some barbecue. Some smoked brisket. The sweetness that comes off of that would match the brisket perfectly.
All right, I'm getting hungry. So, hey, guys. So this is our barrel program, and I want you to ask questions about it. Make sure you hit them on Facebook. Give us some questions. Just as a little snippet, in the next couple weeks, we're going to have a Senator barrel. That's a rare one. There's not a lot of those that come into the state. We will be getting one of those. But watch out for the rest of our barrels. We got tons coming in throughout the year. These are what we feel is what our store's about. Come in, try them out. Make sure you try them on a tasting counter. Come and talk to us. But always, thanks for shopping at Lukas, one bottle at a time. We truly appreciate your business. Don't forget to like and follow us. Hey, you guys have a great day. Cheers.
Cheers.